Last week in the news, we had a little bit of a throwdown in a coffee shop between a gay owner of the coffee shop and a Christian group out in the community trying to fight against abortion. The group called Abolish Human Abortion was asked to leave the business and go elsewhere. The coffee shop is called Bedlam Coffee, and it's in Seattle. I want to just put up right in the front the video of the altercation. It's about a minute or two. I'm going to bleep it out, family-friendly show. And so you can kind of see the interaction. And it's pretty heated from one side, but you'll see for yourself.
Well, I'm gay. Okay. You have to leave.
So are you denying us service?
I am, yeah.
So why aren't we allowed to stay? Because
this is offensive to me. I own the place. I have a right to be offended, so I have a right to say...
Did anyone buy anything in the store?
I didn't. No.
I don't know anything. So where does that come from? That came from outside the store. Right.
Okay, well, there's a lot of us in the city. I didn't leave anything in your store.
So something you found on public property.
Shut up. You just admitted to it being you.
Right.
Yeah.
So
shut up.
What about a defense
shut
here?
up.
Okay.
There's nothing else you can say.
So,
this is you.
So we're not welcome here.
I do not want these people in this place.
So you're not willing to tolerate our presence?
Extremely offensive. Can you
Right.
tolerate my presence?
We are.
Right, we're actually in the coffee shop.
Really? If I go get my boyfriend right now and him in the ass right here, you're going to tolerate that? That would be your choice. Are you going to tolerate it? It's your choice. Answer my question. No, you're going to sit right here and watch it.
Well, no, I mean, we don't want to
watch
then
that. I don't have to tolerate this.
Well, that's true. I mean, you
then
don't.
leave. All of you. Tell all your friends don't come here.
Okay.
Okay.
Just know that Christ can save you from that lifestyle.
Yeah, I like I'm not going to be saved by anything. I Christ and okay? He's hot.
You wouldn't be bearings.
Okay, great. It's not a joke. Good, I'm glad.
Now, as you can see from the video, you see that the coffee shop owner is clearly stating that he is offended by the pamphlet. I'll put a picture up of the actual the pamphlet that he was holding in his hands. You can see that the great offense that the gay person was taking from it, being the hands that were, dripping with blood, were in rainbow colors, obviously. Making it that the gay people, they have blood on their hands and whatnot. And I mean, abortion, of course, is something where I believe there's lots of people who have their blood on their hands. Abortion providers such as Planned Parenthood, the abortion mill, the seller of baby parts, deplorable organization that they are. They're to blame. Of course, men and women who have children and decide not to keep the baby, they're to blame. And of course, people who are not having babies but yet are still pro-choice and try to deny the rights of the unborn. So there's a lot of blame that is to go around, but nonetheless, back to the story at hand, you can see the way in which the coffee shop owner came at the Christians who were just sitting there. Looked like I saw one guy with a Bible and other people were just sitting, relaxing, having their coffee. And he basically let them know that what he saw was offensive and they need to leave. And the Christians, obviously, they took a little bit of offense, but they're just wondering, well, hey, why can't we be here? And won't you tolerate our presence being here? And he said, of course, will you tolerate me? And then, of course, he gets into vulgar language about having sex with his boyfriend in front of them, and even to the point of talking about having sex with Jesus Christ if he was there, just to increase the level of offense. And you have people like the Huffington Post and different liberal news outlets calling the gay owner a hero. You have other people on the other side, Christians, who are saying that obviously the Christians were ill-treated, regardless of what they stand for. They're being ill-treated, and I stand to believe that the way he treated them. I believe that the owner of the coffee shop has the complete right as a private business owner to reject service to anybody that he chooses for whatever reason he chooses. I'm very libertine on that front. When it comes to discrimination, I believe that you have the right to discriminate, and the free market will determine if your choice of discrimination will be accepted by the people. So when he goes ahead and kicks them out of there, do I like it? Absolutely not. I'm not pleased by it. I don't applaud it. But does this gay coffee shop owner have the right to do it? Absolutely, he does. And it's very interesting that I don't have the audio for it, but the gay coffee shop owner, you can look on actually, what's the guy's name? Matt Christensen on his YouTube channel. He actually has an audio recording of the gay coffee shop owner. Ben Borgman is actually his name. And he was on the interview, and he had said some questionable things about the Christians and the way they carry themselves. But one thing he did say is that why would you want to stay in a business or go to a business where they don't want you to be there? I don't want to be somewhere where they don't want me to be, and I don't expect somebody to stay in a business where I don't want them to be. He spoke on behalf, he spoke like a conservative in the sense of free market, that a business owner has a right to do whatever they want in regards to if they want to discriminate, kick people out of their business. But the only problem is, especially with, let's say, people like the Huffington Post and MSNBC and the New York Times, LA Times, in the same state of Washington, over there in Seattle as well, you had a gay cake baker who was a Christian and happened to disagree with gay marriage and didn't want to bake a cake. Or if it wasn't Seattle, I know it was definitely in Oregon as well. It may have happened in both states, but either way, it happened. And instead of the free market determining and allowing it to just take place, what the gay couple did was then they went and got in bed with the government. And then they made, pardon the pun, okay, but then they went and used the government as a tool to oppress and to try to destroy the Christian business owner. And that is just wrong on so many levels. You can't have that hypocrisy. You can't have, in one sense, that if a gay store owner wants to kick out a Christian, hero status is then commended to the gay person. But if a Christian decides that he doesn't want to serve a gay couple, now he is the enemy. Persona non grata. You see, that's not how things are supposed to work in a free market. And here's the thing about discrimination that I think people kind of get a little bit misunderstood. Discrimination is simply looking at two distinct and separate things. And based on the characteristics of those things, you're choosing one over the other. Okay, you are finding one thing more favorable and you choose it over another. That is simply called discrimination. So if you like blondes and you don't want to date a brunette, you're discriminating against brunettes. But see, guess what? That's discrimination that most people can tolerate. But if you discriminate saying, you know what, I just like white women and I don't want to date black women, or I like Latino women and I don't want to date black women, or I don't want to date black women because I just don't care for white women. That's called discrimination. But that's a discrimination that people are across the board are not willing to accept. So the thing is, we discriminate all the time. And in America, we are a free country. You should have the right to be able to sell to whoever you want, to have whatever customers come in your restaurant that you so deem to be there. I mean, honestly, we can look, I live in California. If in California, let's say in Los Angeles, in West Hollywood, if they had a gay business owner who came out and said, I don't want Christians up in my business, don't come in here, I just wouldn't come. And guess what? I would just go to another business. If it's a restaurant where they serve food, I go to another place that serves food. Heck, maybe I might find a place that serves food that's better than what the gay guy is selling. But I wouldn't have known it unless I was told to go elsewhere. You see, this is the free market experience that people need to be able to engage in. It's okay if people discriminate you. Not that discrimination is moral, but it's just to say if people discriminate you, there are other options out there. And there's other ways in which people who are not discriminatory will take your business and they will make more money than the person who wants to discriminate. And if that discrimination costs that person enough money, their business will go out of business. It's very simple, folks. So me as a Christian man, as a man of God, and I see the gay owner discriminating against the Christians, does it bother me? Absolutely. But do I believe in the end that the guy, Mr. Borgman, has the right as the owner of Bedlam Coffee in Seattle to kick people out that he doesn't want in his business? Absolutely he does. And I don't even drink coffee, to be honest with you. But if I was a coffee drinker, I would just go somewhere else. Okay, I'll just go with all the hipsters over at Starbucks or whatever, some other place where those hipsters go. But nonetheless, what we're seeing here in regards to this coffee shop owner, we're seeing a lesson in the testing of the free market. But my thing is, let us be able to test the free market, whether you're a Christian or whether you're gay. Let both of them test it out and let the free market decide. Thanks for listening to the video. Those are my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts? Do you believe I'm wrong? Do you believe there's something that I'm missing? Something that I'm overlooking? Or do you agree? Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I will see you on the next video. Talk to you later.